Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Camera check. The topic today is ladies
don't see color.
We don't see color.
You see color.
You definitely see color.
No.
You definitely
No.
see color. You think you don't, but you do.
Okay, all right. My responses may be heightened and I may get excited.
Defensive.
But I'm not. No. I'm not defensive. I'm just answering your question very passionately.
Yeah.
Because this girl, she swears up and down that like I only go for white people or I try to impress white people.
Well, first of all, I think we all do that. And it's a survival technique, but we'll get to all that later.
That's later.
But you especially.
You don't know me. You don't know my life.
Yeah, I have no idea who you are.
Don't make it out to seem like I'm not pro-black or I don't love my people or myself or my heritage or whatever I have that's black.
I don't think that.
I don't try to disown it. If anything, I encourage it.
When it's cool.
What are you talking about?
Okay, I feel like you only feel the need to defend your blackness with not black people. So, like, if anybody were to ever say, I don't know, a comment that's derogatory or whatever, then all of a sudden it's hair flip. Hold on, you can't do that, right?
Oh, yeah, because they need to be checked.
Yeah, that's fair.
So what are you saying? Like, in a crowd of all black people, I don't do that?
I think it's interesting. That's all. I really think it's interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
But let's talk about less extreme circumstances.
Okay.
Because that's kind of what this is about. Yeah, I think you will defend the black diaspora at all costs.
Okay.
You will not throw it aside. I want to talk about what we do to make other people, mostly white people, feel comfortable. And the things that we do to make ourselves less ourselves for the sake of our comfort in theirs.
You feel as if like I go above and beyond.
Well, it's not about Charlie per se, but I do think, yeah, of course, you take steps to make other people feel comfortable. Like when you went to visit your future sister-in-law for the first time, you're like, oh crap, I gotta switch my hair. Like, it was one of your first thoughts.
Yeah, it was. But it was, I also, who did I talk it over with? Other people in my family, and they said the same thing. So it was kind of reassured to me, like, hey, this is real life. This is what it is, and this is what we have to do. I was deciding whether I should get a weave or some braids, whatever the case is. And I'm like, no, I did say that I wanted to make a good impression, and not saying that having braids would make it seem like it's a bad impression, but I just didn't want to be judged or have my hair the topic of conversation. Like, I want you to see me and not be like, oh, that's another black part of her. Like, don't see anything. Like, just see Charlie.
And I think that's where we differ. It's because you could have your hair as straight as ever, have your makeup as tight as ever, have everything looking culturally acceptable to someone that's not black. But you will always be black to them.
I understand that.
And it doesn't matter what they do or do not say, it is an active working thought. Now, there are people that acknowledge color and that acknowledge race. And I don't know, I kind of respect that more in a lot of ways. Like, oh, hey, I don't know how it works with this, but hey, I looked at this YouTube video and this person said something about hair type. Like, what is that? Like, you're coming to me about that? Okay, by the way, this is on the grounds that we already have a relationship.
Right. Not like some stranger walking up to you in a Trader Joe's and is like, hey, do you have 4C or 2B?
Yeah, you would know. This is on the grounds that we're already friends or close to that. Anyway.
Right.
So at least at that point, it's like, yeah, I have no problem answering those questions to somebody that would ask.
As it comes off respectful. You know what I mean? I had a client who did that. We were just talking away, and he actually listens to the podcast. Hey, client, you know who you are. And he had listened to the one about black hair, and he was super intrigued by that. And then he's like, hey, I have this coworker and she's black and I really want to introduce your podcast to her, but I don't know how to go about it because I don't want to be like, hey, you're black,
you're black. Like this.
Yeah. And I was like, you don't even have to say that. You just say like, hey, I've been listening to this podcast. Maybe you should check it out. This is what they're talking about. Like, you don't even have to bring up they're black or...
To be fair, that person will think as soon as they see the cover art, oh, okay, I know why he recommended this to me.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't even have to be like that as long as you word it. If I were to be like, hey, this is what I've been listening to, maybe you should check it out. You don't even have to put, oh, I think you'd like it, or just be like, hey, this is what they talk about.
But I could understand the trepidation. Is kind of like, I could understand why a lot of, I'm going to say not black people, but it's mostly white people that struggle with this divide of what, should I say this or should I not say this? Should I do this or not do this? I understand why you feel that way, especially in this day and age.
I would be afraid to say anything, really.
Even a tweet could be like, oh, really? What are you trying to say?
Sometimes I think it's overly sensitive.
Sometimes it is.
Yeah.
But it's in the eye of the beholder, really.
Yeah. Sometimes it could be like that person is kind of sheltered in that area, so they don't really have the experience. Like, white people live in white communities most of the time, so they don't really grow up with culture or different, like, having to accept someone for who they are. Like, they're not taught that anyway, like, at least from my understanding. I don't know, like, you would think basic human common sense, whatever, like, you're raising a child, okay, yeah, people are different, this is what's going to happen, but I don't think that parents teach their kids that, like white parents teach their kids that. So now they grow up in this world thinking that things have to be one way or a white way, and whenever they have to explain something or ask something, it gets kind of taken the wrong way.
Well, I just don't think they've had to take the extra step. I think it's very similar to what you're saying, really, is that we've always had to take the extra step to think, how is this going to come off to another person?
Right.
And we've been trained to do that by the school of life, really. But they have never had to adjust or modify their words,
their behavior, their
for the
words.
Consideration of another party.
Exactly.
And the ones that have had to do that are like uniquely qualified to be
invited to the barbecue,
to be around me. You know the difference between somebody that's just not very woke, not very considerate, not really thinking outside of themselves when they talk to you.
Right.
And somebody that's just like, oh, everybody could get this. Like, this is who I am. Oh.
You can catch these hands for
pretty
real,
much.
for real.
There's white people like that. They're just so like, whatever. Like, this is who I am.
And I'm okay with that. Again, as long as you come off respectful, like, you're not degrading me, you don't think that I'm less of a person. If you can come to me respectfully and we can have an adult conversation, then sure, yeah, say what's on your mind. I'm going to say what's on my mind, and then we can see what differences are, or how you think and why you think, or if you want answers or my side of the story.
Now, why is it that that conversation seldom ever gets had?
Gets had.
Yeah, that's...
Is that it?
How else would you?
I don't know.
Okay, how else? Okay, why is it,
it just sounds weird?
Why is it that that conversation never takes place?
Because I don't think people want to hear other people's side of the story. I think they like how they think and what they think is right, and they don't want any challenges, or they don't know how to defend their way of thinking. They don't want to be presented with this new way of thinking, and they've been wrong their whole lives. I think that's just human behavior.
Yeah.
In general, not like a white, black, Latino, anything. Just anybody, like, challenges scare people.
So yeah, in short, we came up with this topic. Well, I came up with the topic.
Amber came up with the topic.
Because I'm like, yo, Charlie, like, you over here straightening your hair, you over here thinking about, like, how am I going to come off? And there's been so many other examples that I've called you out on that I can't even think of right now, where I'm like, you don't have to do this for these white people.
I understand, but you do the same thing.
I do the same thing, but I think what it is I understand the need in a professional context. Because that's just employment, survival, housing, paying your bills. Like, the better accepted you are amongst your coworkers, bosses, the less likely you are to get cut.
Right.
From the squad.
So you're saying that I take it to, like, a personal level?
Yes.
I don't think so. I don't think that way at all.
Okay. We'll find out by the end of this episode. Do you feel the need to be liked and accepted?
I don't. That's the thing. I mean, again, to go off of what you're saying, in a professional setting, yes, I need my bosses to like me. I need to be booked. You know what I mean? Yeah. I need my coworkers to like me so I can have a functioning, healthy work environment. But as far as everyday people, I could give two f***s if you like me or accept me. Like, I don't have to prove myself to anybody anymore.
I get that. And I don't get the sense that you're like, I need everybody to like me. But the ones that you like, you will make extra steps for to make sure they're comfortable, to make sure you're accepted by them.
Yeah, I think that's just natural, nice human behavior.
I guess I don't see it that way. Like,
well, that's why you have issues forming connections sometimes.
Wait, in the workplace?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a very, very conscious decision for me. Like, I decide very quickly whether or not I will make extra effort to be accepted by you, and more than likely the answer is no.
Hell no.
No, thank you. And I think it's because I spent so much of my time and of my life and just being small or shrinking when I should have spread my wings, or staying quiet when I should have spoke up, or I just spent so much time adjusting and molding for other people that I just, somewhere along the line in my mid-20s, definitely late 20s, definitely.
It gets a little bit more intense. The closer we get to 30,
I was just like, you know what? No.
We're just like, you can go and you can go.
Bye. I'm good.
Why are you still here?
We're not doing, nope.
None of that.
And I know that has like a big impact on how many people like me or how many people don't. And I already know people just think I'm mean before they speak to me. And you already know that has a lot to do with a lot of different things.
Yeah. I mean, people think that way of me. I think maybe that's why I go in the workplace. I go above and beyond trying to get that acceptance. I'm trying to prove like, hey guys, I'm not this mean black bitch that you think I am. Even though I have a screw face and maybe I don't say hi to you every day, or like, I don't know, whatever, but I do need to let them know, like, I am a good functioning human in society, in this workplace.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Camaraderie is important.
Yeah.
But
not
with
to you.
Me, well, it's important to me. It's just not at the expense to where I have to do something about it.
I guess so. It's not your problem to fix.
I've already done that. I don't like that. Too much work for me. You do work. Or don't like me. Or talk crap about me.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's my cross I'm willing to bear. I traded in being small for being big and not liked.
Big and bad?
No, not even bad. Like, I'm a nice person. Like, nobody that has worked with me will ever be able to say that I'm not nice. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to kiss your butt. I'm not going to tell you you're right when you're wrong. I'm not going to not stand up for myself if you're critiquing something that is invalid. And I'm going to explain myself. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to make excuses because that's not who I am. But we're not about to just, if I did something wrong, mm-hmm. I will literally say that.
Yeah.
And then if I didn't do something wrong, and if it wasn't on me, I will literally say that eloquently, of course.
Yeah.
In a way that is political. You know, we've been trained. We know what to do.
Yeah. That code switch.
Yeah. That code switching. That's what we're really, really getting into.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's not necessarily about black hair. It's not necessarily about being black. It's about that relationship, about how all of those factors go together to interact with white people.
Non people of color.
To interact with people that are not of color.
No, people that are not black, and maybe even black people, because we code switch within our community.
That is true. Oh my gosh, so many times. You know, I can't even begin to tell you what black people think of me.
Let's name them, shall we? Bougie.
Bougie. Got that.
What else?
You know what? Standoffish. I've got that.
Yes, or stuck up. I get stuck up a lot.
Stuck up because you're standoffish and You're so bougie. Those are things that people will probably look at us and just assume. I already know people don't like me.
Oh, I know that too.
Like,
that people don't like you.
It used to hurt. Now it's just the truth of life.
Like, I mean, you don't need too many people to like you. You got 2.5 good people, you're good.
You know when people look at you, mm-hmm. and we're talking about people that are not people of color.
And don't see you.
Yeah, they look at you and they're trying to connect with you versus seeing you as a person and connecting with you.
Right.
You know it immediately.
My boyfriend and I, again, he's white, guys. So he's
white, guys.
We were out and about, and I had asked him because we had just gotten out of a store, and the lady like gave us a discount of some sort. Whatever, really nice of her, thank you. But I had asked him when we were walking out, I was like, do you think people treat us differently because we're interracial? They try to like go above and beyond to show us that like they accept us.
What you're doing is okay with me.
Yeah, here you go. $5 off.
Thanks for fighting the man.
Thanks for being so progressive.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see your mixed babies.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, not at all. I was like,
Can we pause for a second?
Pause.
And Charlie, can you admit that you see color? Just a little bit? Because you kind of made it about your color right there. I'm just throwing that out there.
I see my color. That's the thing. I recognize that I'm black. I know the steps that I have to take in order to get people to not see, I guess not see that I'm black, but just kind of accept me. Like, forget all the ethnicity and the hair, whatever the case is, forget all of that. I try to take the steps to get them to think past that. When I don't see color is if I'm interacting with you, I'm going to treat you like a human being. I don't give a about your ethnicity or your nationality. Like, can we talk? Can we discuss? If you want to talk about your culture, go ahead, because I probably don't know a lot about it. Mm-hmm. But that's when I don't see color. Like when I'm dating, like I don't care. You have a handsome face. Let me get in that.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
All right.
Oh my God.
Okay, I have a theory.
What?
I guess I'll share it with you. I want to point out, this is my theory. I don't know if it's true. Get mad if you want to.
Are you talking to me or the world?
I'm talking to me. Just you.
Okay.
Mostly you. So the relationships that you've experienced in the past with black males have not necessarily been positive, right?
Right.
The adult relationships with adult males, be it father figures and most of them being black, have not necessarily been positive, right?
Yeah, what are you getting at?
Nothing.
Nothing at all. That's what I thought.
But the positive relationships you have experienced, like with your aunt and uncle, which is an interracial dating marriage relationship, right? That's been positive, right?
Do you think subconsciously that's what I'm thinking?
Do you think subconsciously maybe you're attempting or you're more open to emulate that relationship than...
I did not think of it that way. I mean, obviously, if it's subconscious, I'm not going to be thinking that. Maybe, anybody's surroundings will influence them. You know that the majority of my family is interracial. Mm-hmm. So there's not really a full black person in there. And there's a lot of white men. A lot of women in my family date white men.
That was just my theory. Like,
that's a good theory.
We are all impacted by our environment.
Good attempt.
I really, really like a lot of white guys, but they never liked me back. I think I didn't pass the paper bag test.
So maybe that's why you hate white people.
No, definitely not.
You're like, they didn't like me.
No. I find that they just are not comfortable around me. That's just my opinion.
Maybe it's your personality. I don't know.
It could be. I mean, but I highly doubt that I've found a way to alienate an entire race. I don't code switch enough for... Actually, I do. I do a lot. You know when you need to. It just hasn't happened for me that way.
You want to know my theory?
Sure.
I have a theory.
Yeah.
Maybe since you grew up around a black father figure, maybe that's all you know and that's all you want. You see the strong black man taking care and providing, and you're like, that's what I want, that's what I need, and that's kind of all you see. I don't think you give other people the opportunity. I mean, not now, obviously you're married.
Yeah.
But I don't think you were open to it.
Oh man, I was definitely open to it. I was so into it. Yeah, my dad is so great, and I would be a liar if I didn't say that didn't impact a lot of my at least my choices for dating. Not appearance though. Like, it's about like the quality of a human being.
Okay.
So I 100% say that my dad has impacted my dating relationships, and that I can't respect a guy that doesn't have a lot of his qualities of being responsible, being caring, taking care of business. Like, I expect those things at the bare minimum. Mm-hmm. And that's because of my dad.
Yeah. But
appearance-wise, like, are you cute? If you're tall and you're black, like, I'll be attracted to you probably off the bat, because...
What if there's like a lineup of tall, attractive men from all different ethnicities?
I will take the cutest one. I don't give a shit.
Amber,
Yeah.
you have some questions for white guys.
Oh, yes. Yes. What's his name? What's our fictional white guy's name?
Can he be, what is the, Holden? Why are you laughing?
It's just so white. Hello, Holden. Doesn't even sound right. Holden.
I actually like that name.
Okay. How about Hank?
I know a Hank, so
Oh.
this is perfect.
Okay. Well, I have a question for the Hanks of the world, and you know what? This is me being ignorant.
Okay, at
I'm
least you're
gonna
admitting
just
it.
say that right now. I'm coming from an ignorant place because the truth is I don't know your world.
Ignorant or ignorant?
Ignorant, as in I don't know. If you want me to get ignorant, I'm gonna say some different things. You know, there's a difference.
Yeah, there is.
So Hank, I just want to know: do you struggle? Do you have a struggle? Like, are things hard for you? Or Hank, do you understand the boundaries of your entitlement? And like, the question is, I'm trying to figure out: do I resent you for it?
Yeah, you do. Maybe another white struggle is the challenge to differentiate themselves instead of being lumped in with like all white people are Trump supporters or all white people think like this. Like, what if they are progressive and there's all these people like fuck white people or, you know, colonizer this and
Yeah. Oh man, that's very true. I get it. So that's a struggle. You have to find a way to differentiate yourself. You have to find a way to come off accepting of others without trying too hard. It's like this tightrope that you have to walk. Mm-hmm. I could see how it's much safer for you to hang out with people that look just like you.
But then that perpetuates the idea that
It does. You are also consequently continuing the cycle.
Yes. We also need to sit down with let's
Black
call him
men.
Jerome. Is that too black?
Oh my God.
Okay.
Jerome and Hank. Please let us know why things are the way they are.
And I don't want to hear the same old, oh, y'all got attitudes or blah, 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 blah. Like, I need the real deal. I need you guys to be like, I feel insecure when I'm around black women because I know y'all don't need us.
You know what Zen told me?
What?
This actually kind of blew my mind because I knew it was like a low-key shot at me, of course. But it was...
Am I about to get upset?
Maybe.
Okay, go ahead.
He's like, you know why a lot of black guys like white girls? It's not because they're like, oh yeah, you know, I'll go along with whatever you say or make me a sandwich or whatever. That's not it. He was saying it's because they don't tear their men down.
Oh my God. Okay.
Your reaction's very similar to mine.
Did you laugh like that? Did you
Yeah,
laugh
it
in
was-
his fucking face?
It was definitely like a laugh, but I'm like, and I tear you down, right? Like,
Well, here's the thing.
tell me more.
You know why human bodies need to be torn down? So they can be built up again, stronger than before. So you're afraid of being torn down? Maybe you should grow up a little bit.
I just think that culturally they haven't been trained to have a trial by fire mentality. And I think we have. And I don't think we have time to sit there and negotiate with your ego when we have things that need to be resolved.
Maybe black women, we can be a little bit softer in our approach, but I do not believe in sugarcoating it. I think if there's something that we need to say, then we should be able to say it without somebody saying, oh, all black women do this, or that's why we go to white women because they don't do this. That was fun.
We're done.
Yeah, this is good. This is
Yeah.
a good place.
Ooh. Did we touch on not seeing color?
Sure. I don't see color, Amber does. So that's the gist of this episode.
Charlie loves to think she doesn't see color, and Amber admittedly and openly admits that she sure does.
Okay, Charlie sees her own color, Amber sees everybody's color and is prejudiced.
Charlie sees her own color reflected through the color of somebody else's eyes. And Amber, yes, it's true. She's prejudiced. We all are. Can we agree to that?
Sure, I will admit that.
All right.
That you are prejudiced.
All right. Haters everywhere I go.
Haters, I love you.
Yeah.
I'm prejudiced. All right, let's go. Let's close
Yay.
this up.
I'm not alone. You can find us on, YouTube. First of all, don't sleep on YouTube.
Do not sleep on the YouTubes. We are coming up.
Yeah.
Ladies doing stuff. YouTube is where it's at. If you want to see more of our beautiful faces live in action, hit us up on YouTube. Instagram, Twitter.
Yes, Instagram, ladies doing stuff, and on Twitter, ladies do stuff.
Yes.
Find us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, and Google Music. Don't forget to subscribe and, hey, leave us a rating. That's, the things that all podcasts ask you to do.
That is like probably the biggest thing that you could do for us. If you want to show support of any form, fashion, whatever, just click the star.
This is Amber Elena.
And this is Charlie, a.k.a. She Don't See Color, a.k.a.
She'd like to think that.
Okay.
Yes.
We're leaving.
Bye. Signing off.
Bye.